Hey folks, all right, I've got something to share with you. Um, I have to do this before I can move on to some other things. Extra added bonus footage um, from Seven Creeks. That day was pretty amazing, right? That day was kind of amazing, and if y'all can remember when I was at the gifting bowl, putting the treats in the bowl, and there was these really big heavy footfalls that came in right when I got to where I was filming the those trees that were placed in the spruce tree over there at the opening where I first come into the trees here. Okay, we got movement. First come into the trees here. Okay, we got movement. In my ears, I couldn't see anything, right? This is the thing. I could not see a whole lot of anything while I was there, but I was hearing stuff. I was sensing things. I was smelling them. It was strange because I was hearing quite often things in the ground. I've heard similar things like that before in the ground around me. And it's hard to explain. It's more like a vibration and shifting, moving, right, in the ground. It was all going on there at the gifting site, and as I got up into where I'm going to call him Big Gray, just before I began to play my flute, he was in my glasses. When that stuff starts to happen, there's a shift in the air. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I think this is a very important thing to mention. As an empath, you are very sensitive to those things. And anybody that's an empath understands what I'm speaking about. You stay open to the environment around you. It's lonely sometimes. It's lonely at times. A lot of times you don't, when it comes to human activity, a lot of times there are some things you just rather not know. Or whether it be in a group of people or a room full of people or just a one-on-one, sometimes you can read people, right? You're picking up things off of them. And if you're talking to somebody who's two-faced or telling you lies straight to your face, you know it, right? You know it, and you just want to get out of it. You want to get away from them. It comes with the gift. Sometimes it's a burden, sometimes it's a blessing. It saves you, and other times, as I mentioned, it can be lonely. And being in a place like that, when the Sasquatch come forward, it's pretty amazing. It can get almost overwhelming, but you're honing in on it, you're picking up on it. I was picking up at the gifting site, at the bowl. When I heard the footfalls, to my ears, it sounded like they were coming towards me. One was coming very quick towards me, but I couldn't see them. But my glasses are capturing them, right? What my last episode with the glasses, with the reflections in my glasses, it's kind of across the board, the response and the reaction to it. I had a lot of people upset, not sure what to think, and others were excited about it. Some were just didn't know what to think. Some told me they're going to all go out and get some glasses. Others talked about buying mirrors, and that's all in fine. That's okay, right? But I've been asked to by a few people, has this happened before? And yes, it has happened before, a few times. And one other time at same location, Seven Creeks. That was last winter, and also last winter at where the White Birch location is. I picked up some things in my glasses, but not like this, right? Not like this, and I'm still trying to put it all together. I'm trying to put it all together because a lot of times when I come back from these places next to the farm or at the 2 Mile location or at Seven Creeks or the river or the White Birch, and I come back from those visits, it takes me a few days to put all of what took place, what I heard, what I sensed, what I seen, what I smelt, and put it all together. It's like putting the pieces of a puzzle together so that I get a semi-clear picture of what took place. And again, the audio and the video, the cameras are only picking up a small part of what I'm going through out there. You guys keep that in mind, right? It's just a small portion. The only way you could do it is if you could teleport to me and be there with me, and you'd experience it in full, right? So I deleted. There was a few rude and inconsiderate comments, and people not. I don't know if they're not paying attention to the video or what I'm saying or what I've said in the video, but I had one of the comments like, "Why, if they were there, why didn't I just turn my camera around?" What they're not realizing is I don't see them. They're in my glasses, and I don't see that until I bring all this stuff and put it up on my computer, and I see it. And I'm going through the review process, right? The editing process, and I have no idea what's there other than what I experience. And that's where I go to when I review the videos. I go to those places where I knew I heard them, and I know where to look in the video because I know exactly where I heard them while I was there, and where I sensed them, where I smelt them. That's where I go. That's where I go first when I review the videos. This person, I don't know if they are reading or if they're not listening or if they're just commenting based on the title of the video. I don't know. That's what, like I say, it was across the board. There was another one saying, couldn't it be just them making you see something, and doesn't it make more sense that they're making you see something other than them being dimensional? But I disagree completely, 100%. They are interdimensional beings because we've witnessed it. The stuff we've witnessed over the years, over 50 years of Bigfoot experience here, folks. We've seen some pretty amazing things. We've seen them. I've seen one walk right through a great big giant spruce tree, and that was in the winter as well. Like it was the big male here, he went right through. I went over there, no tracks. So 1, he didn't leave tracks. 2, he went right through solid object and then disappeared into the forest, like just kind of blended in and he was gone. And then again, my mother and I watching the one walk across the yard in the snow in the winter. 2 sets of eyes. We watched them. And I went out there again, no tracks. But they appear solid. Yet, quantum physics, it's hard to prove or to witness if you've done any reading or research on that. But they, they're using mathematics, mathematic equations to try and prove it, and all this stuff. But it's difficult to witness. Maybe it's vibration manipulating the environment around them, using sound. Whatever it is, they're doing it, and I've witnessed it, and I'm capturing it, and you guys are seeing some of it, right? So they were there. You're going to see, I'm going to play 2 video clips and see, I need to do the video clips and then show you where I'm taking the stills from, because, right, I could just throw you up the images, the still images, and leave it at that and not say anything and just say this is what it is, and you'll have to take my word for it. I think the more transparent we are, the better. If I can give you the video clip and the actual video that I took the still images from and show you what to look for when you see it, I think that's the better way to do it, right? I think that's the better way to do it. The video clip, we'll slow the video clip down, then I'll go into the still image. I actually have 3 video clips here for you, and we're still going to focus in on the glasses, okay? I happen to turn with the sun behind me, and There's a Sasquatch there, because you're going to see the video clip before that, right? And this is the same Sasquatch, but as I turn and they have the sun glaring behind me, and I kind of move out of the glare in the camera, and he shifts color. He changes from a very red, deep brown to white, almost cream white color, and he's shimmering. This is kind of exciting. This is kind of exciting because this may answer some questions on the hair follicles. But if they're out of phase, which I think they are, because I couldn't see them with my eyes, but they're in my glasses. I think it was because of all of what was going on down there. It was almost like I needed to be reassured and they needed to be reassured, and we kind of came together. It was almost like they came very close, very, very close, and they were able to do this in the way that they did it because they were out of phase. And if you look at them in my glasses, it's almost like they are vibrating. There's something moving. There's something going on, right? And again, this is, we don't know enough. We're still just learning, but kind of amazing, right? Kind of amazing. Okay, but we will get into that. So we're going to do video, slow that video down, and we'll go into the still images, and I hope you enjoy. But before we get there, I need to do a couple of shout outs. I was going to shoot a mail video, and this was a little while back. And I want to say hi to Michelle, and I want to say hi to Lori. And both of yous, I had taken your boxes. They both sent me a goodie box in the mail. I put my camera on, turned my camera on, had everything set up there. It was a wonderful video shoot. The shoot went well. I pushed record. I heard the beep. I could see the record blinking on the screen, and I proceeded to open the boxes. And I went through the whole entire process of opening the mail and reading their letters and cards, and then I shut the camera off, put everything away, got my camera and went to put the video onto my desktop so I could start editing. So I had a video up and no video. I have no idea how it happened. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes we can't get away from that. I one time at Seven Creeks shot a whole 2.5 hours of video, and I push record, the camera makes a beep, and it was running, yet when I come out of there, turn my camera off, put it in my truck, come home, went to upload the video, and I had no video file on my camera. I don't know. And it was a very good day too. There was a lot of wood knocks, and there was 2 or 3 vocals. I was thinking, man, this could be good. I got some stuff to share with all of yous, and but it was okay. It was still a wonderful day with that clan. But that was that was about 2.5 years ago. So, but anyway, I need to do a little bit of shout out. And again, I'm sorry to Michelle and to Lori that happened. But I do want to read your letters. Before we get started with that, I do have quite a bit of mail here. I kind of fell behind with all of the mail through the winter. And me losing my sister in November, that was the beginning of the winter. And then I ended up getting sick right after, just, I know I was because of the loss in the morning. And I thought I got over it. And then it came back, right? So I was very off and on sick through the winter. And a lot of this stuff kind of fell back, and I got behind on it. So there's quite a bit of mail there. So stay tuned. I will have a couple of mail days coming up, a couple of mail day videos. And again, if there's anybody that wants to send me some mail, maybe it's just a letter or a card. But for those that are new here, if you haven't been to those videos, my past videos, I asked people to send me a pin of where they're from, just a little pin. But my thought was that a little piece of you could come into the trees with me and kind of do that for all of yous, the ones that would like that. And that, I believe it has a lot to do with vibration, energy, good energy, right? So if you're up to it, and if you would like to do something like that, send me a pin. send me a pin with a little bit of a letter or whatever you want to send me. Let me know where you're at, who it is, and I will take your pin with me into the trees. It will go with me at some point into the trees. So yes, so stay tuned. There will be a couple of mail videos coming up. I have to get caught up on that. So, but I do want to read, and I have somebody to introduce you to here in this video. This one was from Michelle. She sent me a really beautiful, wonderful little card. And she had sent me 50 bucks she slid in there for gas money. And Michelle went right away into my fuel tank. Trust me, I did. And she had sent me, some dried goods, dried cherries and dried cranberries, cashew, kind of like grain crackers bars. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't have that all filmed. I was kind of upset with myself, but I still wanted to do this. It says, Dear Robert, thank you for all your videos. I love them all. And here's some goodies for the forest people, as I call them. Love and light, Michelle, aka Crescent Moon. Again, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. And again, I apologize for that all happening with my camera. Okay, and this letter, I have a little bit of a card to read to you too. Okay, and she had sent me her actually a keychain. She wasn't able to find a pin for the backpack, and she asked me if I would hang that on my backpack, and I have. It actually went with me to Seven Creeks this last time. So, and some wonderful things for the Sasquatch, some vegetable things and all kinds of things. And I am actually wearing them. Wool socks. I think she writes about them in the letter here too. Hello, Robert. Greetings from Winnipeg. Finally get this parcel off to you filled with a little something for everyone. I tried to find a pin, but no luck. I have also included a new buddy for Sammy, a new member of the family. I hope everyone enjoys their treats, and the socks keep your feet warm on your outings. Maybe you could attach the Winnipeg keychain on one of the zippers on your backpack, which I did. All the best in the new year. Always waiting with anticipation for your videos. Be well, Robert. See you in the trees. Your friend, Lori. I have two things I need to introduce you to. I want to show Lori when it came in the box. And actually, when it came in the box, I had to actually redesign his mouth. I know how to sew. My mother taught me well. I spent a lot of time with my mom beadwork, making moccasins and beading moccasins and mucklucks, and so I know how to sew. I know a little bit about sewing, and that there was a piece of material, I guess, on his mouth. You can see a little bit of it on the side here. And his mouth was starting to come apart there, so I had to do some stitching. And I kind of added a little bit of material in there, and it almost looks like he's got lips. Full lips, right? Toba the baby Bigfoot. Manitoba. She is from Manitoba. Winnipeg, Manitoba. So, introducing you to Toba, the little baby Bigfoot. I'm going to add somebody to the mix here. This little guy, I want to do this because I want you guys to remember these two. This may be for the kids. I know some of yous are bringing your grandchildren and your kids on board. Some of you have shared that with me. A couple of people have sent me videos of their grandkids watching my videos on their big screen TV. Kind of amazing, right? Kind of amazing. My sister that just passed away in November, this was hers. And she wanted to know at one point if I would incorporate him in some of the videos or do something with him. And she had named him Bushy the baby Bigfoot. We had thought about things, but I hadn't really come up with any ideas of how I could bring him into my videos. But what I'm going to do is you're going to have Bushy and Toba's baby Bigfoot adventures. It's for the kids in us all, and for your kids or grandchildren if you have them. And so you got Bushy, Toba. And I kind of want to follow up on that too, because it was something my sister talked about and wanted to do, right? We just never got to it, and we never got a chance to do it before I lost her. So it's kind of important, but I think it's a good thing for the kids, for the young'uns. And this came with Toba, with the little Sasquatch that Lori sent me, and it's titled Prairie Sasquatch. Do Sasquatch roam the prairies? Once thought to be extinct, the Prairie Sasquatch can be found roaming throughout Manitoba, with sightings dating back to 1784 and continuing to this day. However, Manitoba does not have laws in place to protect our Prairie Sasquatch, and this lack of protection has led to a very timid, shy, and nervous lifestyle. British Columbia instituted a provincial law protecting its Sasquatch from human predators. If Manitoba were to put a similar law in place, the Prairie Sasquatch would finally be able to feel safe in its home province, allowing the peaceful species to roam freely. I invite you to sign a petition and help us save the gentle creature from extinction. With your help, we can convince the Manitoba provincial government to rethink its conservation efforts and instate a law that restricts all hunting of our beloved Prairie Sasquatch. I wonder if they actually have a petition. You never know. You never know. There should be, but of course, that would require the system to really truly believe in them and make the difference. So we will get into the video here with my membership. If there are anybody that's willing to join the membership, I have a membership, and there is a link to the membership. If you don't know where it is, I'll put it in the video description here. It's a full-time job, right? It's a full-time job doing what I do here, whether it be traveling, the expenses of traveling, the expenses of all the equipment, the expenses of Wi-Fi, power bills, all that kind of stuff. It all costs money for me to bring what you see here to you. We don't make a lot of money off of the channels themselves. A lot of people don't realize this. The only thing we make money off of in the channel is the ads. We join an AdSense program, and when those ads are played or clicked on or what have you, we get a very little amount of money, right? It's not enough for someone who's doing this full time, which I am. So it was why I created the membership. I'm not sure what's going on, but I almost have 10,000 subscribers, and I don't have even near 100 members. 10,000 people are subscribing to the channel, right? And I'm not even close to 100 members. So, and it's not much money. It's not. It's like $2 a month. You could go to $3. I may put a fourth tier there. That supports me, right? That helps me do this full time and helps me bring you content. It's without the stresses, right? Without the stresses of thinking, well, maybe I can't do this full time, and I may have to get a different job, right? And then you will see less of me. The Sasquatch will see less of me, and there'll be less content on the channel. But it's costing us as channel creators and channel makers or whatever, what have you. It costs us a lot of money to do this. And I think if you believe what I am doing is important to the subject and to the research, then please jump on board and help me be able to do this full time. Yeah, so if you can, I would appreciate it. Again, I'm not one to ask for money. You've not heard me ask for it very often. I think this may be the third time or fourth time in 4 years. So I'm just not that kind of person, right? But I do have to bring it up once in a while. Please come on board and help me keep this going. Let's get into the video. So yes, and this will be the last bit that I share from that visit. And again, take from it what you will, and just let it sit and think about how that's possible, right? How they're able to do these things. And I still am, we're still learning. We're still learning. There's so much that we don't know. We'll do the video, then we'll slow that video down, and then we'll go into the still images. And again, I hope you enjoy. And if there's any new subscribers, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on board. And I will see you in the trees. Take care. Bye for now. Okay, so we're going to take a little walk up the hill. So we're good. The gifting bowl is... we'll go up in there and... Man, it's a very deep... Okay, so we're going to take a little walk up the hill. So we're good. The gifting bowl is... we'll go up in there and... Man, this is very deep. It's okay. You guys know better than I do, though. I can say it's okay till the cows go home. They know what's going on back in here, back down here. So.